That time of year, it's time for the annual album of the year video that we have been doing for 3 years. I do not know where the fuck Justine is. She's fucking late. She's always late. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to film this for right now until she comes. So I've got 50 albums. This music year was okay. I enjoyed a lot of albums this year. I'm here to talk about some albums with y'all. So I got 3 honorable mentions. I got 50 albums, 50 good albums. I'm gonna talk about these honorable mentions first. So 53. And first, these are not honorable mentions. These are honorable mentions because I did not listen to these, but I feel like if I did listen to them, then I feel like I like them. And also, I feel like if y'all listen to them, y'all would probably like them too. So, number 53, Lana Del Rey. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? 52, Mitski. The land is inhospitable, and so are we. Number 53, Olivia Rodrigo, Guts. Those are my honorable mentions. And
oh, hey. Can I just... Are we starting? Hey, guys.
don't just say, hey, guy. Justine's here.
In the flesh.
She pulled out. That sounds kind of crazy.
Oh, in the flesh.
She pulled how did we get I think I'm gonna put just a whole entire flashback of our first video. And then also put in our second video, because who the hell thought that we would be here?
Put clips of like the Idol videos or the videos.
That's
on
another
my
thing.
channel.
We did the K-pop stuff. We did the questioning Mr. 2K God, and now we're here. All these things that we've done to lead up to this moment, and now we're here. Justine, do you have any words?
Guys, I flew all the way from...
Make sure you talk to the mic.
Oh, guys, I flew all the way from Arizona. I flew across the country to Maryland just to come film this video. 2024. We're filming this the first day of 2024.
I also want to say, can I flex real quick? Niggas really can't say nothing. Justine flew Southwest. She don't like Southwest.
Okay, don't make me sound like that on the video.
She flew in an airline that she didn't even fuck with for me. You know how special of a nigga that you gotta be to have a bad bitch fly half across the country for you? Justine, I already know you agree with me. I'm literally taking that to the grave. I'm taking that 6 feet deep with me. When I pass away, why are you just showing the rock? I just want to spit my facts because, you know, who else is doing that? I don't think anybody else is doing that. So I'm gonna talk my shit. So, Justine,
Miles,
whip that list out real quick.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared? Okay, Justine, let's lock in. So why are you just looking at my list like that? What?
Oh, no. I mean, I guess I could have came in after the 40 other ones.
No. I'm going to go from 50 all the way down to 10, and then we're going to hear Justine's albums, okay? I'm not going to explain myself for too many of these albums, you know? But a few of these albums, I will, you know, talk my shit. So, number 50. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Number 50. You got Group Therapy. I was mature for my age, but I was still a child. 49, Mick Jenkins, The Patient. 48, Rizzo, Pat Pat.
I thought that said Lizzo. My bad. I just saw
Why the fuck would I just put Lizzo on my list? Like I said, number 48, Rizzo, Pat Pat. 47, Yvette's Tumor, Praise the Lord who chews but which does not consume. 46, I don't care what anybody says. This album is extremely overhated, but it ain't overhated in my heart. No Name, Sundial. And you just get up and walk away?
Do they remember this?
Don't just go grab my plaque.
I'm just gonna hold it like this.
So you're just gonna hold my plaque while I'm naming off. Matter of fact, yeah, do that. 45, Lamp, Dusk to Dawn. 44, Ava Max, Diamond and Dance Floors. 43, George Clanton, Oh Rap Aya. I feel like this next was a sleeper. 42, Casey, TW 2052. Are you? You're just polishing. You're polishing my plaque.
This is nice.
41. Larry Junin, The Alchemist, The Great Escape. 40. Daniel Caesar, Never Enough. 39. El Micah Affairs, Black Thought. Glorious Game. 38. Yasmin Lacey, Voice Notes. 37. Magdalena Bay, Mini Mix, Volume 3. 36. Kalela Raven. 35. Young Fathers, Heavy Heavy. 34. Kim A. Rum, Soul Wave. 33. Tinashe, BB Angel. 32. Riso, Soul Drive. 31. Hemlock Springs, Going, Gone. 30. From Is 9, Unlock My World. 29. Lofty, Bewitched. 28. Cara Jackson, Why Does the World Give Us People to Love? 27. Hellripper, Warlocks, Grim and Withered Hags. 26. Chai. 25. Knower Forever. 24. Lil Yachty, Let's Start Here. I'm surprised that I put this album all the way right here, but hey, I really love this album. It's a good one. Shout out Yachty. He my nigga. Me and him chatted in the DMs a little bit, you know.
Wait, who? Who?
Yachty.
When the fuck did that happen?
A couple months back.
You never told me.
Yeah, because it never happened.
Oh, you're joking?
Yes.
Why are you being like? I'm literally such an op.
What do you mean I'm an op?
You and Yanni chat.
Yeah. 23, Slow Tie Ugly. 22, McKinley Dixon, Beloved Paradise Jazz. 21, Armand Hammer, We Buy Diabetic Test Strips. 20, Mike, Burning Desire. 19, Billy Woods Maps. Number 18, Travis Scott, Utopia. I'm still playing Utopia 2. 17, Earl Sweatshirt of War Dyer. 16, Boy Genius the Record. 15, Victoria Monet, Jaguar 2. 14, Kali Uchis, Red Moon in Venus. 13, Paramore, This Is Why. 12, Kesha, Gag Order. 11, Pink Pantheress, Heaven Knows. And I'm gonna hold my number 10. And Justine, what is your number 10?
Why did you just bring the mic to me to take it away?
Because I looked over and I noticed it was covering a little bit too much. So yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna start fighting until we get to like top.
What do you mean?
5.
What do you mean fighting?
I don't think we're gonna. Start
What do you mean fighting?
I don't. As well as this project album, I actually don't even think it's like an album. I think it's more like an EP, but whatever.
That's fine. It don't matter.
But I wanted to give like the artist kind of a shout out too, because I've been fucking with this artist, and they're supposed to drop a follow-up album to this, or follow-up project album, whatever, to this. So my number 10 is from BK the Ruler. It's called Level 5 Part 1.
Okay.
And there's supposed to be a Part 2 supposedly coming out this year. But I kind of like, I knew about her, I knew a couple songs, but last year was like when I fully like discovered her and I did a reaction to this project on my channel. And I really liked it. There's like some good features on it. She has a lot of like versatility, like has songs where she can sing really good, but then she also kind of like raps and spits hard too, but she's like not like your average female rapper like at all. She doesn't talk about like none of the stuff that female rappers talk about.
So pretty much she don't talk about coochie.
Yeah, which is okay if you do. It's just like it's refreshing to like not hear that, I guess. So she's got her really own like her cool style. She's got her own like way about her. So I wanted to include her.
She's her own artist.
Yeah, for sure. I really think she's like a genuine artist, a genuine person, and I'm excited to like see where she continues growing in this year.
Oh, my number 10 is Caroline Polachek, Desire I Want to Turn Into You. I feel like this is probably, I was about to lie, I was going to say this was the best pop record of the year, but it's not the best pop record of the year, but it's almost the best pop record of the year. But there's 2 other pop records I have that are way better than this, so I don't really have much to say about it. Yeah, Caroline Polachek, Desire I Want to Turn Into You.
Number 9. I'm not gonna say too much about this because it's on yours as well. It's not as high up, but I put Lil Yachty, Let's Start Here as number 9 because I liked how he switched his What? Bro, I can't stand you.
What am I doing? I'm not doing anything.
I can just see the, like, your little facial expressions
I'm
starting
not
up.
doing anything.
I like. Well, I didn't know he DM'd you, so that's news to me. I like how he switched things up with this album. He obviously didn't invent this sound or do anything that hasn't been done before, but I think to be at his kind of like level, I mean, it wasn't like full mainstream, but you know, he has a lot of recognition and a lot of credits, and to like switch it up, I feel like it took a ballsy move. And
yeah, a lot of people say that the album is overrated, but I mean, I don't really agree with that, you know?
Yeah.
He took a chance. A wide margin of people like the album, so I mean, I'm not shocked when people say that's in their album. I mean, it's a good album. I like it.
It was just like refreshing to me, especially like when I listened to it, like it really just caught me off guard, and it definitely like something that like when it comes on in my rotation, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep this on. Like I like it.
And that's like another thing. Like, I think people need to understand what shit music sounds like and what good music sounds like. Like, that is far from shit. You can listen to that and you'll be perfectly fine. So niggas stream that album. Shout out to my nigga Yachty. That's my nigga. Number 9.
Aww.
What?
I know you like her.
You know, this is my second time. It's the second year in a row I've added it, right?
Wait, I thought she was on year 1 too.
She
Isn't this 3 years in a row?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that album came out last year, and I put it on my albums of the year last year.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It came out mid-December, but I put it again.
Yeah.
Number 9, I don't care. This is my list. No one can tell me otherwise. Little Sims, no thank you. I don't care. It came out last year. Mid-June. Did I force it on my list last year? Yeah, I did. But I have a newfound appreciation for this album. I have a better understanding of this album. Not only that, what brings this up a little higher, a little bit, I went to see Little Sims in concert. Not only that, I literally got this bitch signed. So I don't care what anybody says. I'm happy that I got this. I mean, I knew a lot about it, but now I know a lot about it now. Kind of the same as sometimes I might be an introvert. She's going through a few struggles, but she's way more confident. She's calling out the industry. You know, she's going down her own little lane, and she's still going with her own little energy. So I really love this album. I don't care if I had it in last year. It was even in my hip hop albums of the year again this year. But since I have a better understanding of the album this year, I feel like it's only right to put it back in. But next year, I'm not putting it back in because that's not fair. So yeah, Little Sims, no thank you.
It's on your top ones too. So, Cali Beaches, Red Moon and Venus. I put that as number 8. I like her a lot. I mean, it's not something that I traditionally like. I guess that's not like my favorite sound, but
Yeah.
I really like Cali. I feel like she's just like has a good embodiment of female like power and beauty.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I
know
thought
you
it might
like.
surprise you.
I know you like when Doja Cat wasn't weird.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you really like her women empowerment and like bad bitch energy. And
Yeah. Well, actually, I never listened to Doja Cat's album, so if
I never listened to it either.
If I would have listened to it, Scarlet or whatever, maybe it would have been on the list. But it's like, it's so hard to support her. Like she literally has like been taken it so far.
She's
so
been
weird,
a little.
like,
She's been a little weird for this last
and that's
year.
like to say it nicely. So it's like I don't even like to listen to her music really anymore because I just don't like her as a person or artist or anything. But I mean, I'm sure I still hear snippets of her music. Like it still sounds good.
Like,
But
I heard a few songs off of there, but I never heard the whole thing.
Yeah, same. But I'm trying to, well,
say it.
aware or like be more specific with who I support and who I don't.
I don't think that's what you want to say. Just say it.
No, that's what I want to say. There's like I don't want to support like artists where I don't like them as people, just because I like their music. You know what I mean? A lot of these people ain't on my list.
I feel like there's
no
no.
Tina shade, but maybe a little.
Okay. I feel like there's no problem with that. Like I'm like understanding things a little bit more. Like if you have a certain specific music opinion, I feel like you should just say it and don't be afraid what people will say. Because no matter what, people are gonna say anything regardless. Like I said, if people want to support an artist, you know, to support them, cool. But if someone like decides to not support them for their actions, how they are as a person, that should be understandable too. It's all about morals in this bitch. Number 8, Chef John Stevens, Javelin. I feel like this album could be higher, but these other ones I like sat with a little bit longer. And when I mean longer, like I sat with these other ones extremely long. So easily one of the most beautiful instrumentation albums that I've heard all years. Nice soft voice. I like the album. I don't really got much to say about it because all these other ones I'm gonna be yapping, and I'm Mr. Yapper. So yeah.
This is the last one before we start beefing.
Okay.
First on my list, Olivia Rodrigo, Guts.
Why did I have a feeling because Sour was on your last one we did.
Yeah, or no, it was like, remember I gave it an honorable mention and then it wasn't on like the list. If I were to go back, I'd probably change it now. But and then like, I mean, there's a lot of good songs on the album, obviously, but like Vampire, that was one of my favorite singles of like the whole year. I really, really like that single. It was one of my top most played songs on Spotify and everything, but I like Olivia Rodrigo. Like, I don't care.
So why we didn't get that Justine Lugo video?
Well, you know, if you subscribe to my channel, I'm very, very, very specific, and you are too. That's why you have your Mr. 2K God too. But I don't have that, so I only like.
You plugging in the second channel?
A little bit type shit.
Justine, please don't come on my video and then say type shit.
I keep my channel pretty niche and like just into like rap, so I wouldn't personally review like Olivia Rodrigo on my channel, but I still listen to her. Good album, great like follow up to Sour.
Yeah.
So I put it at number 7. But yeah, if you haven't listened to the thing, you should listen to it. You like it.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah, it's good. So.
Number 7. I wish this album was higher. This is probably my most favorite artist in the last 2 years. I usually don't even do favorites, but actually, no, this isn't my favorite, but you know, it's one of my favorite artists. Christine and the Queens, Paranoia Angel, and True Love. This is the longest album on the whole entire list. This is probably longer than most of the albums on your list. This album was an hour and 36 minutes, and I liked every single moment. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say I liked every single moment of it. Do I think it's long? Yeah. But I think a lot of the songs and the song meanings really make up for it. Like, it's not like her other albums where it's like high tempo synth pop. Like, it's more slowed down pop, which I'm fine with. Like, at first I didn't like it, especially since it was an hour and 36 minutes. But after I listened to it like 2 or 3 times and listened to it a few times on shuffle, then I was like, you know what? This ain't that bad. And not only that, I think I have like 4 or 5 songs that are in my top songs of the year video. So I really love the storytelling. I really love the concept of the album since it is a concept album. And not only that, but her performances of this album are really good too. She was supposed to come here in October, but yeah, she got sick and I couldn't go to the concert. So next time she comes, I'm going to that concert alone. I don't care. Christine and the Queens, number 7.
Time.
What do you mean it's time? What do you mean it's time? What do you mean it's time?
It's time that you're gonna keep that same energy when you're like, when you're talking about Lil Sims and you're like, this is my list, this is what I like.
Okay. Okay, let's hear it. But I was saying that in a way of this came out last year, but I'm putting it since I have more understanding.
If you know me, you know I've come a long way. I used to be a certified hater of this man. Now I'm a certified lover.
Justine, I swear to God.
Oh, never mind.
Justine, I swear to God.
This is for all the dogs. For all the dogs, Drake. Number 6.
Where's your phone?
Right here.
Open your notes.
Why?
Just open your notes.
Why?
Are your albums in there?
Yeah, but you can't see them. I'm not spoiling. It's in there. For all the drugs. For all the dogs. My bad. Yeah, I knew you weren't gonna agree with this, but I actually don't care, and I've come a long way because I used to literally.
Wait, what do you mean you came along? You always used to call Drake Champagne Poppy and call him, oh, Drake looks so cute, Miles. And fuck Drake!
Okay, relax. I do love Champagne Poppy. But if you go on my channel, you'll see how many times I've called him corny, how many times I say this is not good. He's talking to shit. I know, but it grows on me. And so has Drake.
It's giving corny. I edited that whole video. I edited that video.
I know. Hey, well, don't know. It's like hard to hate Drake. Like it's Champagne Poppy.
What?
And like that album has a lot of my top songs of the year too, to be honest. So, oh, and I went to see him in concert this year too. So I saw him for the first time. Really good show. One of my favorite concerts of the year, actually.
Weren't you up close?
Yeah, floor seats, no big deal.
Alright, like now why you flexing?
Shout out to Drake. That's my.
Justine, I swear to God, if you go to number 5, I feel like I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna make me upset.
My number 6 is Danny Brown, Quaranta. It literally came out 3 months ago. This was gonna be my albums of, oh geez, I was about to spoil. I'm not gonna spoil what my hip hop album of the year was, but it was almost my hip hop album of the year. But the other album that's ahead of it, I just had way more time with, and it's a little unfair for this album because, you know, it didn't stick with me as much as the album that I'm gonna name later in my top 5, but I don't feel like this is Danny Brown's most personal album. I feel like Atrocity Exhibition was a little bit more personal and a little bit more deep, but we did see a grown-ass man on this album. We didn't really hear a lot of his extremely exotic vocals, and I really like how vulnerable he was on this album. It is easily, without question, one of the most vulnerable albums on this list. Plus, I also want to go back to Kesha Gag Order, which that album is on here because of how vulnerable she is on that album, because of like all her court cases with like the sexual assault stuff that she was going through, and her finally getting past all that and like being her true self. So shout out to Danny Brown, shout out to Kesha. That's my number 7. No, my number 6.
Oh, okay.
Danny Brown, number 6.
Number 5.
Justine, please. Justine, please. I'm begging you, please. I have a feeling I know what you're about to say. Please don't do this. Don't do this. Please. Please don't do this. Please don't do this.
Number 5, we're going with
Please.
Young Thug.
Really? Business is business? Really?
This one. Oh, I'm sorry, female Young Thug.
Justine, get out! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! I swear to God!
So number 5.
I swear to God!
Sexy Red Hood Hottest Princess.
Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me!
The deluxe version, though.
What you mean the deluxe edition? What you mean the deluxe edition? No.
Get your hands away from me.
Justine.
No, I'm being dead serious.
Justine, please.
She may be the female Young Thug.
Please.
She may look like the female Young Thug.
Please.
But she's like the female Gucci Mane.
You mean she's the female Gucci Mane? Gucci Mane?
Song on the album.
Justine.
I love Sexy Red's beat choices. I love her energy. I love her music. Most of that album I listen to.
Please stop.
On a weekly basis.
Please stop.
I think
Justine, you're about to sleep on the floor tonight. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, are you for real?
I'm so for real.
You might even have to sleep at the setup. Like, I'm being so serious.
You know I like her.
Don't do this to me, please.
You know I like her.
And you know I hate her.
Okay.
Why are you doing it?
Life doesn't work around what you hate.
What the fuck?
I like that album. How often do you hear me play Sexy Red?
All the time.
Exactly. So you want me to lie?
Yes.
No. I'm done doing that. If you know, you know. I'm just kidding. I'm done having people influence my list, Miles.
Don't just
this
say.
This is my list.
Don't just say that.
Oh, my bad. But yeah.
Niggas going think you talking about me.
No, not you.
I know.
I love that album.
There's still time to redo though. There's still time to.
I don't need to.
Why did you just bamboozle me and say Young Thug? I'm over here thinking you said you're about to put business as business.
I know. But here's the thing. I actually feel like it's funny because I feel like, you know, an artist like Ice Spice or something gets like all this hype for being like a new artist and do it. But I actually feel like out of the female rappers, Sexy Red is different than like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Like she's ratchet. Again, I'm not saying she's not, but she has her own style, and I feel like she's in her own lane, and I will always like authenticity for my baby daddy. So yeah. Okay, that's probably the one you're gonna get the most mad about. So.
This is the part where, I already shit on Sexy Red a lot. If niggas want to go watch my worst albums of 2023, go watch that. I'm not going to slander Sexy Red with Justine on my right. So I'm going to keep it respectful. I'm happy that's on your list, Justine. I'm glad you really enjoyed that album.
Thank you.
Why did you put that album?
I just told you the reasons. You don't even want to see the amount of plays I have on that album.
What do you mean I don't want to see the amount of plays on that album?
I literally probably listened to that Bow 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 song like at least 50 times.
And then you whipped out and said,
I don't even have a baby daddy.
and you whipped out the deluxe. Are you and Fantano? Y'all got something going on? You and Fantano? Like, did you give this album 8 too?
We were in cahoots about it, yeah. We talked in the DM.
You didn't talk to that bald melon in the DMs. I'm a little heartbroken right now.
Oh, you'll survive.
No. I'll survive. Number 5. This was almost my pop album of the year, but for me, this is my second favorite pop album of the year, and that's Carly Rae Jepsen, The Loveliest Time. It's kind of crazy when an artist drops a deluxe to an album and literally the deluxe is better than the original. And she made The Loneliest Time. The Loneliest Time was good. It's just crazy how she made a deluxe for it. And this album is literally, I think, throwaways, and the throwaways are literally good. That were originally supposed to be on the first album. So I felt like this is the definition of pop. Obviously, my pop album of the year is really the definition of pop. But this one has a lot of good pop music on it. So niggas should listen to it. Why did you put Sexy Red on your list?
Because she's Hood's hottest princess. You won't like this or agree with it, but...
I know who it is. Can I just say the name?
You want to guess?
Is it Yeet? it's Yeet. And I know what number 3 is too.
So number 4 is the man himself, my Twizzy. My number 1 most streamed artist of 2023 was Yeet. And this album is Afterlife. Although that's not my favorite album by him. And if it was, because Life was high on my list too last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Afterlife I enjoyed, but I think Life was better. It's not my favorite Yeet project, but that's still my Twizzy. I just love Yeet. I don't even care if I'm biased. I literally love him so much. Like, he's my hands down favorite artist right now. I just I don't know, I just want to pinch his cheeks, you know?
What?
He's chubby and cute.
What the fuck they gotta do with the music?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I just kind of want to just slap his belly or something, you know? And be like, good job, Bucko. You make some good tunes.
Slap his belly?
Yeah.
Grab his cheeks?
Yeah. And be like, get back in the studio, champ. He's my favorite artist.
Oh, we know you love him after what you just said. You say you want to slap him on the belly.
And he's dropping a new project this year. I'm pretty sure he's been hinting at 2093 for a long time. So I'm super excited for him. I'm super excited for the album. And I also saw him for the first time this last year. It was in March though, so it was a while ago. But I want to see him again. Love Yeet. Shout out Yeet. Twizzy gang for life. Pour some out for the dead homies.
Why have you been talking like you're from the trenches all day? Why are you been talking like you're from the trenches all day?
It's just Twizzy type shit.
I've had to hear type shit. I'ma fuck with you. We in the trenches. I got ops. What ops you got? In the suburbs?
You.
What the fuck you mean me? You're in your ops house right now. Like what?
We cleared the beef.
What you mean we cleared the beef? Yeah, after that number 5, damn sure we about to reignite this beef.
Are you more mad about that than Yeet?
I honestly don't care about the Yeet one because I actually kind of like that album this year.
Oh, okay.
See, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure Yeet was my top 20 most streamed artists. So I don't have a problem with Yeet. I actually like a lot of his music.
He's cute, huh?
What the fuck they got to do with anything?
That cotton candy.
You've been calling a lot of big niggas cute recently because you've been saying that shit to me too. What's good with you?
No, dude, I just remember the picture from him earlier.
Holding the fucking cotton
candy. Insert that picture right here. He was so adorable.
What Fuck.
Okay.
Like what? Why are we just talking about Yeats proportions?
I just like men who got more.
I know.
I like men who got more to love.
Huh? What? You like men that got more to love?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna leak the men you like. Just know thick niggas. Shout out to my thick niggas.
Thick thighs save lives.
Justine, don't just say that when my thighs are out. Number 4. I feel like this is in a lot of people's albums of the year. It would have been my number 3, but I like the other album after this way more. Sanfa Lahai. It's been 6 years since Sanfa released his last album, and this one is just like the Danny Brown one. Great contemporary R&B. A lot of vulnerability on this one too. A lot of personal stuff. A lot of songs of him talking about growth as a father, growth as a person, and I like shit like that. I like albums where you learn about a person, especially when you learn where they've been for 6 years. 6 years of not dropping any albums is a long ass time, but he did make an appearance on Utopia. He did make an appearance on Kendrick's album. He has been making feature appearances, but there hasn't really been an album from him until this one. So this is my favorite R&B album of the year, and yeah. So Ken Carson is your next one, right?
I think you know my list.
I think I do.
Sit down, buddy.
Sit down, buddy.
Sorry. Okay, number 3. You have it higher.
I know what it is.
Scaring the Hose.
Huh?
What? What did you think it was?
I thought it was fucking Travis Scott Utopia.
No, Scaring the Hose.
Did you do a video on that?
Yeah, I did. I did it late because
I
when
remember
it came
that.
out, I was in a lot of shit and I was moving. And so I did it like later after I moved. I moved out of my house and into an apartment this year. And when that came out, I didn't have like a space or anything to film. So that was one of the albums I did after I moved in because I wanted to listen to it and I know I wanted to do it on camera. And so I did it late, but then I ended up really, really enjoying the record. I just feel like it was super refreshing. Like it's just super different. Like I feel like, I don't know, it's obviously super unique. Like I feel like and I didn't really know JPEG Mafia too much, or I mean honestly, or Danny Brown either. So when I went into it, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. And I kind of just thought it was going to be overhyped. Like, I was just like, okay, I know everyone's saying it's cool and it's different or whatever. So I was just like, yeah, but how different is it really going to be? Like, it's just going to be another rap album, you know? But it was so, like, took me by surprise. And I felt like it was just refreshing. It wasn't like anything else I listened to this year. And I always like when something lives up to the hype that it has around it. Because even though it's not like a mainstream album, like there's like a lot of people that would not know. If you're not like super into rap or whatever, you might not know of the album.
Yeah.
But even though neither of the two artists are super mainstream, at least I don't think. I think like in the community it had like a lot of buzz and a lot of attention, and I was very pleasantly surprised to see it hold up to my expectations.
You know that album's getting a lot of slander right now, right?
Oh really? Why? I didn't listen to Deluxe though, so I'm just saying like the original one, and or the DLC, whatever the thing is. But it's so funny because when I posted it, like a day or two later, they dropped the longer one, and I was like,
yeah, I remember that.
I was like, just the fucking timing, whatever.
Just know some people on Hip Hop Twitter got a hold of it, and yeah, that album's getting a lot of slander for no apparent reason. So.
Oh really? I've always heard positive things about the album.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, that's just Twitter. Like Twitter just says a lot of nonsense. So I wouldn't really take what Twitter says seriously. But yeah, my number 3. I don't think a lot of people listen to this album, which is fine. Number 3, Ana Frango, Electricio, Mi Chama de Gato. This is a good funk album. I really liked it. There's not really much to say because I don't fucking speak Spanish. If I did, I feel like if I spoke Spanish, this shit would be number 1, but the sounds across this thing is just really good. It's not that long. I'm pretty sure it's only like 10 or 14 songs. And it's a consistent 1 to 14 songs. There's a lot of songs to dance to on here. There's some songs to lay down to, just vibe to, and just, you know, lay back and chill. And, you know, overall, it's a nice, good little Spanish funk pop album. So it's my number 3. I feel like people should give it a listen, even if you don't speak Spanish. Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, because
I know what your album of the year is.
Okay, why are you trying to spoil? Like,
Well, I'm not trying to spoil. It's just like I just know. Like I kind of know what the next one is.
You know what my album of the year is?
Yes. I know it's not on my list.
Okay then.
What you mean? Okay then.
All right, well stop spoiling, cause
I'm not spoiling. I know. No, everyone else
yeah,
doesn't
they're
know.
not gonna know. All right, so number 2,
It's on my list, isn't it?
Utopia, Travis Scott. You know what number 1 is?
I
Don't
said.
say it. Anyways, yeah, this came out at a time that it absolutely needed to come out because I felt like, God, hip hop and rap was so fucking lame this year, and I feel like when this came out, actually like it was like a good time. Like it was in summer. K-pop, that was the only song I really did not like fuck with on the album at all. Like when that was the first single, I was like, oh, this is not a good sign. But then when it actually came out, originally I was very like not fucking with the album at first. Like the first half of it I didn't like, but I did like the second half of it. I liked a lot of the features. But then the more I listened to it, the more I spent time with it, the more I liked it, and it just made sense for like Travis Scott and his music journey, I guess. And I just feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of good features on there. I feel like there was a lot of stuff he talked about that kind of just made you connect to him more as like an artist and what he's going through, especially being at like the prime of his career and like at the top of where he is. It was like perfect timing and good. Even though he kind of like dropped it, it wasn't really like the biggest rollout, you know, it was just like K-pop and then he dropped it. But like, I don't know, I just feel like it worked. Shout out Cardi. He had the best song. He had the best song on the album.
I'm not shocked at that.
Yeah, I mean, that can't shock you. Oh, and then that also got me excited because I was like, ooh, Cardi.
Oh, okay, what the fuck is that? Ooh, Cardi.
Ooh.
Like,
That was
what?
like besides the Weeknd song where we barely heard anything from him, that was such a good song. Like, and for me, that got me so hyped, like, because I was like, okay, is Cardi coming out? And it was months before we got anything from him, but still, that was. I love Fee. That's like one of my top songs of the year as well too.
JPEG Mafia, Scaring the Hoes. That is my hip hop album of the year. I did post my hip hop albums of the year on my Twitter. It's the most creative hip hop album I've heard this year. The beats are the most creative I've heard all year. Obviously, the lyrics are there. JPEG Mafia is probably one of the most creative hip hop artists right now. There's obviously a lot of creative hip hop artists that did drop this year, but I feel like when it comes to him and Danny Brown, that was easily, without question, that's been my hip hop album of the year probably for like 6 months now, maybe even 7 months. Whenever it dropped, there were a lot of creative hip hop albums this year. Like Billy Woods dropped some creative stuff this year. Mike dropped a few creative things this year. But I just feel like out of everything, not only that, it's easily able to be consumed. Like, people would have a hard time listening to Billy Woods. People would have a hard time listening to Mike. People would have a hard time listening to Armand Hammer. So I feel like if you need something experimental to listen to, have an open mind, because if you're coming through this bitch and you're thinking that's gonna sound like fucking Travis Scott, or you think it's gonna sound like some fucking NBA Youngboy, then I'm gonna be real, you're gonna have to kick it to the curb, because that album is nothing like regular hip hop. So fuck all the niggas on Twitter. Have an open mind. If you don't like it, that's completely fine. But don't be one of those people to say, oh, this is ass, you know? That's not cool. You know, actually give a proper opinion. So if that's not for you, completely understandable. Well, you can't even give a proper opinion, then yeah, we don't want to hear nothing from you.
Number 1. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Favorite album of the year. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anyone says.
I'm not saying
I don't
anything.
care anyone being like, oh my gosh, how can this be over Utopia? How can this be over Scaring the Hoes? Because I said so. Because I liked it better. Because I listened to it more.
Justine, I like that bad bitch energy out of you.
Style. This is what I like. It doesn't have to be your favorite album. It doesn't even have to be in your top 10. I don't really care. The album is Nostalgia by Rod Wave.
It's not that fat bastard. Like, you would never, ever. Now, you would never do me that dirty. Like, I'm gonna just say that right now. You would never had Rod Wave anywhere near your list. Like, I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just say that. Like, you would never. You would never.
Miles, I'm serious.
No, you're not. Go ahead and say the actual album because that's not number
Why do you
one.
think I'm joking?
You're not gonna be listening to Rod Wave when John Morant's in his crowd. That's not your number one.
First off, Heart been broke so many times.
Justine, who was that certain person to you?
Shut up! Cut that out! Cut that out!
You know it's not good.
I only know that one song by Rod Wave that's like Heart on Ice, and that song makes me laugh.
I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound crazy coming out of my mouth. I was scrolling through my YouTube shorts. Dude was playing like a driving simulator. And he was playing Rod Wave. And I'm not gonna lie. That Rod Wave song kind of sounded hard. So,
You're so fake.
What you mean I'm so fake?
You're literally you hate on that man every
I do
morning.
hate on that man, but I can't like any of his music.
Okay.
I am picking a side, but I watched that video and I was like, you know what, damn, that shit kind of good. Turks and Caicos, go listen to it. I think it's a good Broadway song. Other than that, throw that whole other shit out. Is he in?
Ken Carson, A Great Chaos. I mean, honestly, just saying that should be enough said, bruh. I don't even want to say it because y'all gonna be saying like, oh, you glazing.
Just say it.
No glazing. But that was the best fucking album to come out this year. I literally listened to that album from front to back. Like, that is probably the only album I've really, really, really been listening to like the past like 3 months. Like, I've listened to it damn near every single day. Like, and especially because like, he dropped earlier this year, but like I said, Afterlife wasn't like one of my favorite Yeet projects, and then obviously Cardi hasn't dropped. Destroy Lonely dropped, but I didn't even listen to it. And I heard.
Oh, trust me, you don't need to listen to anything from that.
Exactly. And honestly, besides like Cardi, I was never like super crazy about anyone else in Opium. Like, well, I still never even listened to Homicide Gang, but I never super crazy about anyone else. Like, I did like some Ken Carson songs, but there was still so much from him that was like lacking for me. And then he dropped that album. And then he dropped some music videos to accompany that album, which were like so perfectly aesthetic to like Opium and that style. And I've been fucking saying that that's my favorite sound, that's my favorite style, like that's the shit I'm into. And I feel like he dropped the perfect album, and it made me grow so much respect for him as an artist, and it made me actually really like him. Like, I literally actually see him as like right under Cardi, like when it comes to the rest of the label. Oh, I just feel like he leveled up on that album. Like, there's no other Ken Carson album that I say like, oh, this is like no skips. Like, I could listen to this whole album all the way through, because I thought a lot of his lyrics were like corny before, but nah, he literally leveled up. Like, I think he like knocked it out of the park with that album. And just because basically in that album, I listened to it so much in the last 3 months of the year that like he was literally my most, or like number 4 stream artist of the whole year. And I really wasn't even fucking listening to him until the last couple of months. So that like should say something. Like, so yeah, I fuck with that album. Yeah, and I do think it's better than, I think my personal preference, I like it better than any other album on my list. Opium Up.
Don't just say Opium Up in my room. Justine, do you want me to give my opinion on your list?
Sure. You know what my music style is, though.
The only problem I have with your list is that Bimbo at number 5.
Okay, but here's the thing. Does my list surprise you, though, knowing me, and this is our 3rd year doing this video?
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
No.
As I say, if you know me, this... What I don't care about is I don't care about, like, fake liking stuff to fucking... Or, like, pleasing what people, like, think is, like, oh, no, this is the standard of music. I don't really give a fuck what anyone else thinks. Like, if I don't like it, what's it doing for me? I don't give a fuck if Fantano likes it, or all these other people, or if the hip-hop community likes it. Okay, relax. But, like...
You throwing so many shots at people right now?
No, but it's just, like, I don't care. Like, if they don't rate it highly, and if they don't think it gets good, okay, well... Y'all not in my car when I'm blasting my speakers and when I'm swerving off the road and popping my tire.
To close this out, this is my album of the year. It's been my album of the year for 7 months. For the last 3 years, I've had a unanimous album of the year. 2020 was The Weeknd After Hours. 2021 was Little Sims, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. 2022 was Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Round, The Big Steppers. All those were unanimous. This album was unanimous too, and that is Jessie Ware. That feels good. It is my only 10 out of 10 album that I gave a 10 out of 10 to. It is the best pop album I've listened to this year. I still play it till this day. Once again, I saw her in concert, and that made the album even better. I don't know how many times I played it, but I probably played this album like probably 40 or 50 times. So that is easily the best album I've heard all year. If you just want to let loose, this is the album for you. If you want to dance, this is the album for you. There's only like 2 slow songs on here, and even those slow songs, you can even, you know, get a little groove on and dance a little bit too. Not only that, when you look at the album cover, that motherfucker got my favorite color on that bitch. So, Jessie Ware, so glad I got to see her in concert. Lil Sims, glad I got to see her in concert. And next year, I'm going to way more concerts. Yeah, shout out Jessie Ware. I even got this bitch signed on vinyl. That bitch on the way. I only paid $40. Why are you looking at me like that?
Where else are you going in 2024?
I'm trying to go to Justine Lugo crib.
Oh, chill. You leaking. I traveled 2,322 miles to film this video.
See, it wasn't just to film the video, but you know, spend some time with Mr. 2K God. When you leave, down here will be empty.
What you mean?
The bed will be empty. I don't think I'm getting any sleep tonight. I'm gonna be real with you. I think I might have to literally stare at the ceiling when you leave.
Wow, just looking at like how far home is kind of crazy, low key.
And then literally look at the ceiling, and I might have to intentionally play some sad music and like literally cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Like play some rock wave.
If you think my go-to sad music would be Rod Wave, on God, someone strike me down right now, because I'm telling you, that song. I'm telling you that Turks and Caicos.
With your chest. Sing it with your chest.
I'm not gonna sing this with my chest. You know what, Justine? My heart is feeling something right now. You know what my heart is feeling? I am happy with your list.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I mean...
Oh, are you happy that I actually just like...
No, I'm just happy with your list. You know, I know that that's the type of music that you like. And...
Thank
I
you.
mean, I've learned a lot of things about music this year. Music is subjective. And no matter what people are going to say... Like, people are going to say shit about my list. People are going to say shit about your list. People are going to say anything about anybody's list. But at the end of the day, it all matters that we all enjoy what we enjoy. Like, people can put their shit down below. Like, it's all, at the end of the day, it's all for fun. Like, there's no need to go crazy. Like, if people have an opinion on a certain album, that's cool. You know, if people do dislike someone's list, you know, that's fine. But at the end of the day, no one finna change my mind on my list. No one's finna change her mind on her list. The only problem I got with her list is Sexy Red, but that's about it. Other than that, makes me happy.
I was gonna say, honestly, like, if whatever makes you happy, especially music, if that can like make you excited and make you happy and kind of like take you out of thinking whatever is going on, like, who cares? Music is literally meant to be enjoyed. So if you enjoy it, then
Not only
and it's not
that,
hurting anyone.
not only that, but I'm literally trying to learn how to not be judgmental of people anymore. I feel like we live in an era where people are so judgmental for whatever reason, and 2024, I'm 100,000% making that a goal. I'm no longer just gonna look at people and be like, oh, this. I feel like a lot, like when people look at people's food, people judge their food on social media. When people see someone doing a certain way, people judge that. People judge when people do something a certain way and then they're actually wrong. So I'm done judging people. You know, back in the day I didn't do it a lot. Like I noticed, like I do it a little bit, but now you don't really gain anything from judging anyone for what they listen to or what they do in life, especially when you could potentially be wrong. So, like, if someone actually has a well thought out opinion, cool. But a lot of people don't be giving well thought opinions nowadays. I ain't judging nobody no more. You know, I like my music, and if I like my music, then hey, people should be able to like their music too.
Alright, I gotta catch my flight, gang.
What you mean?
I'm gonna fall with you.
Don't just walk out the camera frame.
I think next album of the year video will be done in Arizona.
I slide out to Arizona.
Type shit.
I feel like that's where Mr. 2K guy will be headed next. I feel like a little Arizona trip has to happen, you know. So if that trip is gonna happen, I'm gonna need people to go down to the description and subscribe to my Patreon if you want to support me further. Are you subscribed to my Patreon?
I am subscribed.
So yeah, Justine has a Patreon too. You know, y'all can subscribe to that too.
Type shit.
Why do you keep on saying that? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, go subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 50K. I'm trying to hit that soon so I can flex.
Yeah.
Wait. Should we post for a thumbnail? Sure, you're looking at each other. Like,
I'm not gonna make that face. I'm not gonna make that face.
bye, y'all. Thanks for having me. Oh my gosh, we've come such a long way.
We start on a Discord call. Well, no.
Our friendship actually started on FaceTime, but our very first video did start on a Discord call.
Can we cry tonight? Dude, we looked at the map. We're going through memories. I feel like it's a cry night.
Happy tears?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go watch Impractical Jokers.